So you had RFA and
Yeah.
it did not work for you particularly?
Well, I thought it had.
Okay.
It did enough with the neck aesthetic
Okay.
swallowing part, but what I didn't know is how much under the collarbone it still
Okay.
was. October 16th
Oh, wow.
was my surgery.
What was her outcome?
So I'm very happy to report that she's doing very well. The initial feedback that she provided was during the interview is that her symptoms were largely resolved and that her cosmetic concern was also largely relieved. Really, really positive. So on the 3-month CAT scan, we only treated the right lobe of the thyroid, which was the one that had the dominant nodule. And she initially presented with a volume of around 123.5 mLs. And her current volume, it's about 56.6 ml, which corresponds to a 55% reduction just within 3 months.
That's
which is
awesome.
within our target parameters. We set up a target of 50 to 80% volume reduction. And within these large goiters, having such an impact is a very short period of time. It's just magnificent. So I'm very, very happy to report that. You can see, this is the hypodensities that you see on the right lobe that I'm circling with the arrow. Those were the areas that were previously ablated. So her nodule really came back with anger, so to speak, surrounding the area of ablation. And that's something that can happen when you have a very hyperactive goiter, or simply it's just kind of like the physiology of the disease. And now, if you take a look at her trachea was essentially displaced towards the left side of the body, and this goiter was, diving into the mediastinum, kind of like as you see there.
For the lay people, the mediastinum is the area like right behind the sternum?
That is correct.
Okay.
And
wow.
Right now you can see how the trachea is completely central. It doesn't move off the spine. It's not deviated at all. For example, in this particular area, which is kind of like the same level that we are right now, the trachea has moved kind of like to the center. It has switched in morphology. It was kind of like more oval on the right side of the screen, and now it's more of a circle, and you can see a larger defect which corresponds to the area of infarction, and that really correlates very well with the decrease in volume that she got. So this is another good picture because it kind of like it shows a bulky gland still. These are cuts at the same level. However, you can easily see that this side of the thyroid is significantly smaller compared to the contralateral one. 50% volume reduction in this case was just fantastic.
Will it continue to shrink over the next several months?
This is the 3-month checkup, so probably in about another 3 months we should reach kind of like that peak response phase. Then after that it will be driven by her symptoms. And down here you can see that the gland was really avidly taking out the contrast. Now it's not taking out the contrast anymore, not as avidly as before, and it has kind of like this tiger stripe appearance. And that means that those areas of the gland are dead, and they're going to be reabsorbed in the future. So I expect that there's going to be more shrinkage down the road because of what I'm seeing on the screen.